Welcome to Music with Mrs. Avery. We are going to continue working on folk songs this week. Remember, last week we learned that a folk song is a song that was written a long time ago and has been passed down through generations. We also learned that one characteristic of a folk song is that it tells a story. And this week, that is going to be our focus. We are going to focus on the lyrics of the song and the story it tells. This week's folk song is called Animal Fair, and it's an American children's folk song. Let's listen to this folk song told through a story. Animal Fair, adapted and illustrated by Ponder Gomble, and this book was published by Marshall Cavendish Children. I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The seals sang silly tunes while blowing up pink balloons. The kangaroos had nothing to do but rattle 6 silver spoons. The toucans in the trees were watching the chimpanzees. The chimps were shy, they covered their eyes and swung on the high trapeze. The bears came down the stairs while juggling purple pears. The parrots squawked, they chattered and talked as they stood on the back of their chairs. Next came the mischievous monk. He jumped on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees. And that was the end of the monk, the monk, the monk, the monk. And that was the end of the monk. Let's learn the folk song, Animal Fair. Repeat after me. I went to the animal fair. The birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The monkey fell out of his bunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell to his knees. And what became of the monk, the monk, the monk? This time, repeat the melodic line after me. I went to the animal fair. The birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The monkey fell out of his bunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell to his knees. And what became of the monk, the monk, the monk? This week you have an activity in Seesaw to complete. To access the Seesaw classroom, please follow the directions in the lesson plans. For this activity, you are going to have to think about the story that the song tells. So we're going to use the lyrics from the song and not the words from our story for this activity. So sing along again and go to the seesaw. Let's sing it all together. I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The monkey fell out of his bunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell to his knees, and what became of the monk, the monk, the monk? I went to the animal fair, the birds joining with me today. This week you have an activity in Seesaw to complete. To access the Seesaw classroom, follow the directions in the lesson plan. You are going to think about the story of Animal Fair, and you are going to get the opportunity to illustrate that story in our Seesaw activity this week. I can't wait to see how creative and detailed your illustrations are, and I look forward to seeing your work.